Yeah. So in previous class, what we have discussed so far, okay. Okay, good morning, all of you. I'm going to start activator parts. What so far we have studied in the previous classes. We have gone through the actuators, and in short, I must tell you, actuators are the output device which convert energy from the prescribed hydraulic oil or the compressed air into the required type of action or the motion. In general sense, I must tell you, hydraulic and the pneumatic systems are used for gripping, or you can say the moving operations in the industry. So if you are talking about the pneumatic arm which are used in the BMC machine, that is what? Gripping arm. They are the gripping arm. So I already discussed so far the linear actuator, rotary actuators. So I need not to spend much of the time. And what are the only difference between the hydraulic and the pneumatic actuators? I already told you. These are the operating pressure ranges. I already told you in case of the hydraulic cylinders that can have the 100 bar of the 100 bar of the pressures. Suppose 100 bar of the paper pressure. So if you see the pneumatic, they are having the 10 bar of pressure. So accordingly, you could see how good hydraulic actuators are. So as per the application, as per the use, we have to use. As per the application, as per the use, we have to use. Right. So I already discussed you the plant layout, how the pneumatic, hydraulic, and the mechanical electrical actuators are working so far in the industry after the implementation of microcontroller or the microprocessor or automatic control system and drives and the devices. Okay, so I already told you in plant we are using the robot autonomous guided vehicle, AGV. Numerical control machines. Every plant is furnished with the NC machines, CNC machines. Nowadays, no NC machines. All are the CNC machines, right? So I already told you. So those are the applications which are popularly used in the plants. That is what the robot automated guide vehicles, numerical controls, numerical control machine, vehicle engine, customer products, conveyor system. In coal mines, if you'll see, I went to the coal mines during the digging of the coal. Digging of the coals, you must see there is a conveyor system on which there is a conveyor system on which coal is transported from the mines to the up areas. Okay, from where it can be transported to the different locations. Okay, then assembly system you will see. Nowadays, if you will see the any assembly plant of the Maruti Suzuki, Volkswagens, and any of the automotive component or automotive machine. Okay, so they are having the automated systems. You will see the cranes which are used in the industry, overhead cranes. Overhead cranes are used in the industry to handle loads, handle the loads, right? Handle the loads in the plants. Okay, then in defense equipments, there are the several use of this pneumatic and hydraulic, the drives. Okay, pneumatic and hydraulic drives, right? Okay, so accordingly you have to see what is their role. They are having the sensors. They will sense the signal. Send the set of the instruction to the microprocessor, microcontroller. And what microprocessor, microcontroller is doing, they will simply control command signal to the drivers or to the actuators. Okay, and actuators is having the mechanical movement, and they will do the process and then respond it back so that the process is successfully completed, right? Go to the next. If you are talking about because we have already explained, I told you what are the principle on which the hydraulic system is working. So I already told you what are the principle on which it is working. I already told you. So it might be known that everyone is familiar with that. The principle of the hydraulic system, it works on the Pascal's law. Pascal's law. So accordingly nowadays this principle is greatly adapted in our workshop when we are going for the maintenance of the car, if we are going for the washing of the car in the car showroom. So you will see on that principle it is working. See, this is the F1, and how do you calculate the output F2? Okay, this is actually acting as a piston cylinder assembly. So accordingly, output is the multiplications of the cross section, these two cross sections area, along with the primary force, that is F1. Okay, so so I think you all are the familiar. I already discussed what is Pascal's law. and what are their applications, what are their use. Then I already told you the what are the symmetric hydraulic system and what are the components of hydraulic system. I already discussed in the previous classes, right? I already discussed those things in the previous classes, right? So accordingly, I told you we are having the reservoir, and reservoir is having the filter. Filter is associated with the hydraulic pump. Hydraulic pump will pump the fluid from the reservoir, and pressurized fluid goes to the pressure regulator. According to the requirement, pressure regulator will regulate. Pressure regulator will regulate the desired pressure. Pressure regulator will regulate the desired pressure. Pressure regulator will regulate the desired pressure, right? And rest as it they will send rest excess pressure or excessive fluid will be the sent back to the reservoir. Then pressure regulator regulate those things sent to the control valves. And I already told you the control valve is of the different types. I already told you pressure control valve, direction control valve, fluid control valve. So pressure control valve, I already told you what is the role of pressure control valve in this system. So I already told you all those things. I need not to repeat. I already told you control valves is of three types. Pressure control valves that will control the liquid pressure. Flow control valves, they will control the flow rate. They will control the liquid flow rate. And direction control valve, they will control the direction. They will control the directions, right? They will control the direction of the fluid flow. Okay, so I already told you they are having the hydraulic motors. I already told you what is the function of the hydraulic motor or the hydraulic cylinder. Okay, so the liquid discharged by the pump is directly to the hydraulic motor, or you can say the hydraulic cylinder, right? So you can say it is from the hydraulic cylinder, right? So accordingly, if you see the control valve will send it to the piston cylinder assembly as per the requirement, and the piston is associated with the output. Piston is associated with the output lift on which it is mounted, and it will lift the desired load. It will lift the desired load. Okay. So piston cylinder, you know, the piston cylinder की जहाँ बात करते हैं, so they are having the piston cylinder की जब भी बात करते हैं तो इसका मतलब क्या होता है? पिस्टन सिलेंडर में रेसिप्रोकेटरी मोशन होता है. क्या होगा? रेसिप्रोकेट मोशन करेगा, रेसिप्रोकेट करेगा. ठीक है, तो आप हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा कि वो क्या करेगा? रेसिप्रोकेट करेगा. और रेसिप्रोकेट करेगा मतलब अप्स एंड डाउन्स. रेसिप्रोकेट इज व्हाट? अप्स एंड डाउन. So accordingly, I already told you what are the component of the hydraulic system. I already discussed so far. So about the component of the hydraulic system, I must tell you pump. What is their function? Pump it deliver the high pressure liquid, high pressure fluid, right? उसके बाद क्या होता है? This is we are having the pressure regulator. इसका क्या काम है? It limit the pressure into the system, right? उसके बाद देखेंगे control valves है. तो valves these control the flow rate and the pressures. Okay, so the control valves may be of three types. I already told you: pressure control valves, flow control valves, and direction control valves. So these may control these three respective work, right? उसके बाद मैंने आपको बताया था distribution system. Distribution system is nothing but this is a pipeline you have seen. This is a pipeline which is started from the reservoir to filter, then hydraulic pump, pressure regulator, return back to the excessive fluid to the reservoir. So these are actually, it is composed of hoses or the pipes. This is what it is composed of, hoses or the pipes. Then we are talking about the infrastructure. So infrastructure will include all those components inside that. Means it consists of all the element which is contained in the the box. Okay, this is the figure. If you are talking about the infrastructure, then this whole will comes under the one premises. This is what we call it the infrastructure. This is what we call it the infrastructure, which is used to power many of the hydraulic valves, which is used to power the many of the hydraulic valves or actuators of systems, right? Do you know what is the function of the pump? You are familiar with the pump, right? I already told you what are the applications area. What if you are talking about the application area? What are the application area of the hydraulic system? I already told you for any kind of precise control of larger forces. If you are talking about the hydraulic, so still we are talking about the larger forces. Okay, so the main application of hydraulic system can be classified into the 5 categories. What are those categories? industrial. They are having the very popular industrial use. And what are those industrial use? You must know. They are having the plastic processing machinery, then steel making, primary metal extractions applications. Okay, so these all those things are very familiar nowadays. Okay, so automations of the production line, machine tool industries, paper industry, loader, crushers, textile machinery, research and the developments of all. Okay, so these are the equipments and the robotic system. These are the industrial application of the hydraulic system. We are talking about now mobile application, mobile hydraulics. You are familiar. Mobile hydraulics means the hydraulic system which works on the movable things like ship. If you are talking about the tractor, if you are talking about the irrigation system, if you are talking about the earth moving equipment like JCBs and CAT. Okay, material handling equipment. They can handle the material from the one place to the another place. Then now we are talking about the commercial vehicles. Okay, commercial vehicles. Now we are talking about the tunnel boring equipment. Nowadays, beside our roads, beside our roads, we are having the machine, and they are without digging the earth, they will make a hole from 1 meter to 7 meter and more than this. Okay, so that the cable is going to insert it now by using those techniques, right? Then rail equipments, building and the construction machinery and drilling rigs, etc. In building you are seeing many of the applications are many of the machines are run by the hydraulic system. Then now we're talking about the automobiles. Okay, so it is used in the system like the brakes, shock absorber, steering system. This is the era of the power steering. Earlier it was not. Windshield, lift, cleansing, etc. Okay, then we are talking about the marine application. Okay, marine application, it mostly covers the ocean going vessels. It mostly covers the machines who is going to be work on the oceans. Who is going to be the work on the oceans. It mostly covers the ocean going vessels, fishing boat, and the naval equipments. Indian Navy is having mariners, number of the mariners. So they are having these applications. Then now at last we are talking about what? At last, we're talking about the aerospace equipment. So these are the equipment and the system which is used for the radar controls, landing gear, brakes, flight control, and the transmission, which is used in the aeroplane, rocket, and the space science, right? So actually, the automations begins with the need of the aerospace, needs of the aerospace era. Okay, so these are actually the recognition of need. These are actually the recognition of need that has been imagined, and that has been failed, that we need to develop such field so that we will do our better job in coming days. We will do our better job in our coming days, right? So far I already told you pneumatic deals with the air pressure and hydraulic deals with the fluid motions and the pressure, right? So I already told you a block diagram of the closed control loop system, how this hydraulic system is, how this hydraulic and the pneumatic system is working. You will see we have given the input. Okay, input will check. Will be filtered, and the error will be the overcome and pass the signal to the controller. Controller pass on the signal to the actuators. And what actuators will the actuator will activate the component, and the process is going to be complete. After attending the actual condition, what we must have to do? So machine had to send the signal, feedback signal back to the input in, so that, and what they will pass the message. So you see the output after attending the actual output, feedback must be sent to the sensors, and sensors will measure the output, and they will send back to the input in, and they will pass on the signal to the machine or the system, so that the desired output has been attended. Go for the next operation. Right? For the next operation. Then we are talking about. Then this is what all the automated systems are closed loop control system. All the automated systems are the closed loop control system, right? Closed loop control system. They are closed loop control system. So this is what the desired output response we are getting after attending the actual output what we have set it for, right? Now we should go for the next. See this diagram. I already discussed you how it works. With the hydraulic system, pressurized oil is provided by a driven pump, which is driven by the electric motors. So the pump must be run by the electric supply. Pump must be run by the electric supply, right? So the pump, what is the function of the pump? So the pump oil from the sump. Sump is what? Reservoir. Okay. So the pump will pump the oil from the sump through a non-return valve, so which cannot return itself. And an accumulator, I already told you, the accumulator to the system from which it return to the sump. कहाँ जाता है? Accumulator में जाता है. And after accumulator return back to the sump. It will return back to the sump, right? So the pressure relief valves we have. See this diagram. This is a diagram. This is your sump. Okay. And you know, in mechatronics or in hydraulic system, I must tell you, in mechatronics and the hydraulic system, I must tell you the diagram is very important. See, this is a oil tank, oil reservoir. This is a oil tank or the oil reservoir. Okay. This is a oil tank and the oil reservoir, and they are having the electric motor, mounted electric motor. They will pump the fluid, pass on to the non-return valves, and the non-return valves will pass on the signal to the pressure relief valve. And what is the function of pressure relief valve? The pressure relief valve is to release the pressure if the rises the above safe level. किस तरह का प्रेशर रिलीज करता है? जो एक्सेस प्रेशर हो उनको क्या करता है? ये रिलीज करता है. So that the apparatus will functioning without getting failure in a safe limit, right? And then it pass on the pressure relief valve will pass on the liquid pressurized liquid to the accumulator. And what is the function of accumulator? The accumulator is to smooth out any short-term fluctuation in the output oils. The function of this is greatly associated. The function of this is greatly associated. The function of this is greatly associated like flywheel in machine. आप लोगों को फ्लाईव्हील पढ़े होंगे आप थ्योरी ऑफ मशीन में. फ्लाईव्हील क्या करता है? पहले रोटेशनल एनर्जी को स्टोर कर लेता है. ओके, रोटेशनल एनर्जी को, जो काइनेटिक एनर्जी होता है उसको स्टोर कर लेता है. एंड लेटर ऑन इंजन पे जब लोड पड़ता है तो उसके हिसाब से क्या करता है? जितना पावर लैकिंग करता है उतना पावर को प्रोवाइड करके और हमेशा एवरेज वैल्यू को मेंटेन करते रहता है. हमेशा क्या करता है? एवरेज वैल्यू को मेंटेन करते रहता है, राइट? सो अकॉर्डिंगली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. हेलो, हाँ बोलो. बेटा मैं तो थोड़े बाद में बात करूं, मैं तुम्हें कॉल बैक करता हूँ, अभी क्लास ले रहा हूँ, ठीक है? हेलो, yeah, I'm sorry, I got a call. Okay. I think you people are familiar with that. Okay, so thoroughly this is important. That's why I'm repeating again. You go to the next. You will see. You must see. You go to the next. You must see. Okay, so yesterday I discussed about this. Is very important. What is the hydraulic power system and what is the work of the accumulator? Okay, how accumulator functions. So I'm telling all of you to please listen it carefully. Okay, so this is the diagram of the accumulator. This is what diagram of the accumulator. See how it works. The working of the accumulator is very important, and somewhere it is asked in the interview. Okay, so accumulator is nothing but this is a container in which what? Oil is filled. You see, this is a kind of container. This is this kind of container which is carrying the oil with it. Okay, so oil is held under the pressure against an external force. Okay, against an external force, or you can say external pressure, which involve the gas within the bladder. Bladder. What they will do? They will involve the gas within the bladder, right? Okay, see how it works. Okay, so what I said you, this is nothing but this is accumulator. This is accumulator is a container in which the oil is held under the pressure against an external force, and which involve gas within the bladder in the chamber. It will containing the hydraulic fluids. See, this is containing the hydraulic fluid only, right? If the oil pressure rises, see, ध्यान से सुनना. अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर बढ़ता है, इफ द ऑयल प्रेशर राइजेज देन द ब्लैडर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर बढ़ेगा तो क्या होगा, ये ब्लैडर को, दिस इज द ब्लैडर इन विच द गैस इज फिल्ड, तो ये क्या करेगा, ब्लैडर को कंप्रेस करेगा। इफ द ऑयल प्रेशर राइजेज देन द ब्लैडर क्या होगा, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा। ओके, और जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा सो द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द ऑयल विल ऑक्यूपाई, सो so what will happen, increased volume of the oil will be occupied. Okay, so the reduced, and so due to that pressure will be reduced, pressure will be reduced. If the oil pressure falls, अगर oil का pressure कम होता है, in that case it expand, the bladder will expand. Okay, so bladder will expand to reduce the volume occupied by the oil, and so the increase in its pressure. Listen, I'm repeating again. This is nothing but this accumulator is nothing but this is a kind of container in which the oil is held. Oil is held against the pressure. Oil is held under the pressure against an external force, right? Which involve gases, okay, within the bladder in the chamber, right? It will containing the hydraulic oil. This is containing the hydraulic fluid or hydraulic oil. अब देखिए फंक्शन कैसे करता है. If the oil pressure rises, अगर ये देखिए ये जो सारे ऑयल भरे हुए हैं, इफ देयर प्रेशर गोज अप, जब इसके प्रेशर बढ़ते हैं तो ये क्या करता है, जो इस ब्लैडर के अंदर गैस भरा हुआ है इसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करता है. क्या करता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करता है. फोर्स ऑफ एक्ट होगा और इसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर देगा. और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करने से क्या होगा, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करने से क्या होगा, ऑयल की ऑक्यूपेंसी बढ़ेगी, ऑयल का वॉल्यूम क्या हो जाएगा, बढ़ जाएगा. और जब ऑयल की वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगी मतलब क्या होगा, प्रेशर रिड्यूस होगा. प्रेशर क्या होगा, ड्रॉप होगा. अगर कम से ज्यादा में जाएगा तो क्या होगा, प्रेशर ड्रॉप होगा. ध्यान रखिएगा. अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर कम होता है, सी if the oil beside this to the bladder is going to be reduced. अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर फॉल करता है तो ब्लैडर क्या होगा, ब्लैडर को फैलने का मौका मिलेगा. ब्लैडर विल, दिस विल बी द एक्सटेंड, दिस विल बी द एक्सपैंड. ये क्या होगा, ये फैलेगा. एक्सपैंड जब होगा तो क्या करेगा, इसकी ऑयल की ऑक्यूपेंसी को कम कर देगा. और जब ऑयल की ऑक्यूपेंसी को करेगा तो इस केस में क्या होगा, प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा. ये क्या करेगा, जब ये फैलेगा तो जो इस एरिया में तेल है, जिस एरिया में फ्लूइड है, उसको क्या करेगा, वो प्रेशराइज करेगा. और प्रेशराइज करेगा तो उसकी प्रेशर ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाएगा. This is all about the function of the accumulator. This is all about the function of the accumulator. I think you people are comfortably getting what I told you. Okay.
सर इसमें हाइड्रोलिक एक्यूमुलेटर का पूरा दे सकते हैं डिस्क्रिप्शन जो हमने पढ़ा था.
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल दे सकते हैं. ओके
सर ठीक है.
हाँ, yes somebody telling something.
सर उसमें एक्सटर्नल फोर्स कहाँ से लग रहा था.
एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेस बेटे, एक्चुअली उसमें हम नॉर्मल एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेस मैं बता रहा हूँ. एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेस हमने क्या बताया था कि उस कंटेनर में ऑयल होता है और ऑयल ऑफ कोर्स आपको पता है कि प्रेशर के अगेंस्ट होता है. ओके, अगेंस्ट द प्रेशर, अगेंस्ट द एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेस आई मस्ट टेल यू the hydraulic oil what we are using to store in accumulator is not a normal oil. They are the pressurized oil. If you'll see the diagram, I already told you. If you'll see this block diagram, if you'll see this block diagram, so before this you are having the pressure relief valve. So the pressurized liquid go against the gravity. You are getting what I'm telling? The pressurized liquid, this is the pressure relief valve. Here we are receiving the pressurized oil or pressurized fluid in a safe limit. That pressurized fluid goes inside the accumulator, means against the gravity. Okay, because अगर normal होता, अगर unpressurized hydraulic oil होता तो it cannot be goes into the accumulator. It cannot be goes into the accumulator. Okay. So that is what I'm telling about, that against the external force, and that against the external force means what? Against the gravity. यहाँ से जा रहा है ना, प्रेशर की वजह से ही ना यहाँ जा पा रहा है, नहीं तो नहीं जा पाता. ये प्रेशर की वजह से ही जा पा रहा है, नहीं तो नहीं जा पाता. और we are having this gas charging valve. See, this is what the gas charging valve. मतलब अगर कम हो, ज्यादा होगा तो गैस will comes out. मतलब समझ रहे हो आप क्या बताया मैंने? If the oil pressure rises up, अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है, ध्यान से सुनिएगा, अगर ऑयल का प्रेशर बढ़ता है तो क्या करेगा, इसके ऊपर एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लगाएगा. किसके ऊपर, इस ब्लैडर के ऊपर. और ब्लैडर को क्या करेगा, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेगा. जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेगा तो जो इसमें भरा हुआ गैस है, इट विल इजीली कम्स आउट फ्रॉम द गैस चार्जिंग वाल्व, राइट. ओके। और जब ऑयल का प्रेशर ड्रॉप होगा तो ये क्या करेगा, इसको इसको इट विल सक द गैस फ्रॉम, इट विल टेक द गैस फ्रॉम गैस चार्जिंग वाल्व और इट विल एक्सपांड। अब क्या होगा, ये ब्लैडर क्या करेगा, एक्सपैंड होगा। तो जब एक्सपैंड होगा तो ये फोर्स किस पे, और ये फोर्स किस पे अप्लाई करेगा, इस ऑयल पे अप्लाई करेगा। मतलब ऑक्यूपेंसी जितनी ऑयल की है वो क्या हो जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी। तो इसलिए जब जब ये क्या करेगा, एक्सपांड होगा तो ऑयल को प्रेस करेगा अगेंस्ट द वॉल, ऑयल विल प्रेस अगेंस्ट द वॉल, और उस समय क्या होगा, ऑयल का प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा। तो इस वजह से ये क्या करता है कि जब रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, इफ वी आर हैविंग सच ए रिक्वायरमेंट कि जब हमें प्रेशर कम हो रहा है, जब अगर प्रेशर राइज कर रहा है तो उस समय कॉन्टेक्ट करके उसको एवरेज कर लेते हैं, एवरेज वैल्यू कर लेते हैं, और जब कम होता है तो हम लोग सप्लाई करके गैस को सप्लाई करके उसमें ब्लैडर के अंदर और प्रेशर को, तो इसलिए क्या होता है कि स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग होती है। समझ लो ना, जैसे आपको हमने बताया था इन 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 द केस ऑफ, I must tell you, in the case of I think say you already have gone through in the case of फ्लाईव्हील। फ्लाईव्हील आप लोग पढ़े हो ना, फ्लाईव्हील का क्या फंक्शन होता है, फ्लाईव्हील एवरेज टॉर्क को बनाए रखती है, एवरेज स्पीड को बनाए रखने के लिए फ्लाईव्हील का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। सेम चीज एक्यूमुलेटर करता है। एक्यूमुलेटर क्या करता है, एक्यूमुलेट कर लेता है, और जब भी थोड़ी बहुत वेरिएशंस होती है, जब भी थोड़ी बहुत फ्लक्चुएशंस होती है हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम के अंदर, तो ये क्या करता है, प्रोवाइड करके उसके एवरेज वैल्यू को मेंटेन किया रहता है। ठीक है। So the functioning of this is as it we have already studied in the slide. Now we are talking about the what are the advantage of hydraulic system. Okay, so the hydraulic systems uses the incompressible fluid which results in the higher efficiency. Of course, if you are talking about the efficiency wise, hydraulic system is having the higher efficiency. It delivers the consistent power output, which is the difficult in the pneumatic or the mechanical drive. आपको बताया है कि न्यूमेटिक तो उतने प्रेशर, ऑपरेटिंग प्रेशर पे वर्क नहीं कर सकता है, उतने पावरफुल नहीं होता है। दूसरा चीज हमने बताया था आपको, अगर हम मैकेनिकल ड्राइव की बात करें तो मैकेनिकल ड्राइव में आपको पता है, मैकेनिकल ड्राइव में ट्रांसमिशन लॉसेस होते हैं ड्यू टू द फ्रिक्शन, ड्यू टू द मूविंग कंपोनेंट्स, राइट। लेकिन हमने आपको बिगिनिंग में बताया था कि एज पर क्वालिटी कंसर्न इट इज, हमने सबसे बिगिनिंग में बताया था कि when we are talking about the smooth functioning or greater accuracy, we must have to adopt the hydraulic system, because this is uniform and smooth in operation, and they are having the stepped motion, they are having the stepless motion, right? Okay, so the hydraulic system employ the high density of the incompressible fluid, okay, and they are having the possibilities of leakage is less. Possibility of leakage is less in hydraulic system as compared to the pneumatic system, so that's why the maintenance cost is less. They are having the less maintenance cost, and this system perform well in hot environment condition. Right, so this system will perform very well in the hot environmental condition. So the environmental condition is not challenging for this, not a big challenge for this, right? What are the disadvantages associated with that? So I already discussed you the disadvantage in the last classes, but again I'm going to repeat you. The material of a storage tank, piping, cylinder, and the piston can be corroded with the hydraulic fluids. So therefore one must be careful about while selecting the materials and the materials for the hydraulic fluids. So this is the duty of the design engineer to decide. This is the duty of the design engineer to decide which material is corrosion proof. We have to select that materials. Okay. Then the structure weight and the size of the system is more, which makes it unsuitable for the smaller instrument, right? So the small impurities in hydraulic fluid can be permanently damage the complete system. कोई भी अगर छोटा भी impurities होगा, so that can be permanently damage our complete system. Therefore, one should be careful for the suitable filter must be installed. I already show you in the previous slide कि oil tank से जैसे जाता है उसमें क्या लगा रहता है, filter लगा रहता है, so that nothing will be the impurities comes to the further stages. So the leakage of the hydraulic fluid is also a critical issue. Leakage hydraulic का एक critical issue है, and suitable prevention methods and the seal must be adopted. क्योंकि पता है आपको न्यूमेटिक में अगर लीकेज होता है so वो गंदगी नहीं फैलाएगा, अगर हाइड्रोलिक में होता है so the oil will be the float on the surface itself, and the hydraulic fluids if not disposed properly can harmful to the environment. You know, if you are working, if you move in the industry and where the machining is going to be done, Okay, after the application of the hydraulic oil, after the application of the cutting oil at the higher temperature, they must be the odorless, so that when the temperature when this oil will act on the temperature, so this might not have to form any harmful gases. So this must be kept in the mind कि ये किसी तरह का हार्मफुल गैसेस ना बनाए जो वहाँ काम कर रहे हैं वर्कर को परेशान करे, वहाँ मैन पावर को ये करे, खराब करे. ठीक है, गॉट इट.